Hi everyone, how's it going? Hope everyone is well this week. So, we are about to begin another trading week. So, just to recap on last week's events and what happened, what didn't happen, and I know yesterday was Monday, so I tend to stay away from Mondays, as Monday normally sets the tone for the week, or at least sets the setups to set the tone for the week. So let's just start with gold. Because gold doing quite a lot of stuff. So you can see from gold last week we had this potential head and shoulder formation that actually did have a break to the downside, and we failed to break past this level right here, and then price started making a sort of correction. So initially I thought that price was gonna hit this area here where this potential neckline support is and continue to the downside. That did not happen. So what happened was price actually broke to the upside, formed a sort of low time frame correction, continued to the upside. So a potential outlook for gold is that we could be having a sort of larger time frame consolidation at this point, meaning price is just moving sideways and it has found the low and it's looking for the high. So if that is the case, then I will be targeting this area right here. And how I'm gonna target this area right here is I'm gonna wait for the break of this previous key structure. I've set an alarm here at 3390, and once price triggers this alarm, I will then look for some sort of lower time frame correction to enter a long trade all the way up to previous major sell-off point. So that's my outlook for gold. I don't want to really look at USD CAD. There could be a short setup, but not interested. GU, very interesting what's happening with GU. So price hit this previous double top and had a turn. Now price is struggling to break below this key zone area right here, and that could be because of the dollar. So let's just go straight to the dollar so that we don't waste time trying to figure out all of these USD pairs. Once we figure out what's happening with the dollar, then we can kind of have a clearer bias on USD pairs. So with the dollar, recap, we had this inverse head and shoulder price at key structure, reversed, and it broke. It made a lower time frame correction around here, and it carried on to the upside, and when it reached this level, it reversed. And what happened after that was very interesting, because if we look, yeah, there was sort of a head and shoulder pattern, which implies bearish movements to the downside. That did not happen. Price is kind of just hanging in the air. But if you look at this looks more like a bearish ascending channel because of this structure like this. Potentially what could happen is price could break to the downside below the previous neckline, give some sort of retest or correction, and then retest the structure where the head formed for the previous head and shoulder, inverse head and shoulder pattern. So if this movement happens, then this will validate our buy setups for pairs like gold. It will validate the setup for gold. GU, we could see a potential to the upside Euro USD. Euro USD is actually kind of just settling on this key structure right here. From last week, we noted that there was a key structure there, and it's failing to break below even after giving a head and shoulder pattern. So what I'm looking at right now is that price kind of failed to break the structure right here, and now there is a potential bullish descending channel, and I'm currently looking to get a sniper entry right here. If this would give us a lower time frame correction, push to the upside. Remember, this Euro USD, it just mimics the dollar most of the time, so I will be setting my targets around here, but this is only valid if gold breaks to the downside. We could get buys on Euro USD. GBP JPY prices is kind of hanging on the outside of this ascending channel. Two things could happen here. It could form a correction and continue to break to the downside, or it could break to the upside, test the structure, and continue to the upside. So one of two things can happen. I've set my alert for if it does break above the structure, I'll be looking to enter long. UJ price failed to bounce off this key structure right here. Failed to bounce off this key structure right here, and similar to GBP JPY, two things could happen. It could break to the downside, but I'm not really interested in shorting. It could break to the upside. I've set my alert here, test the structure, and continue to the upside. As you can see, we are kind of still in this uptrend. So that's my prerogative or setup on Forex for this week. Obviously, if things do change, then I will be setting some better setups. But for now, I'm really interested in gold to retest the structure around the 3484 zone. Euro USD, I am looking for a lower time frame correction. We had a 1 bounce, 2 bounce of this key structure, and I'll be looking for Euro USD to the zone.